Hey everybody, welcome to the kitchen. It's time for a bit of coffee and chat. Let's talk about a few things that have been going on around my world anyway. First of all, I'm going to have my coffee, so I'm going to prepare mine. I'll do it all while I've got the camera rolling, so you can go and do yours or you can just watch. Stay and watch if you want. Whatever you want to do, go through the procedure again. I've got already ground coffee, which done. Coffee grinder that I use, by the way, is up here. Oh, if I can get it down. Electric coffee grinder, a Breville. Use a Breville. Chuck the beans in there. I've got a heap bags of beans up here. What? I'll drag them down. We buy coffee beans by the kilogram. All this sort of stuff. Favourite one at the moment. Whoa, nearly did. Also, I've got 4 bags up there. Favourite one at the moment is this Republican signature. Yeah, medium roast. Well, like medium roast or the strong roast. Anyway, big deal. It's good stuff. Organic coffee beans. Roasted here in Melbourne, so it's locally roasted. Hasn't been sitting around for months and months and months without being used, and that's what it looks like. And it's done. 1 big spoonful in there. And always boiling water, just boiled, you may have heard it happening. Put it into the cup first to reduce the temperature by a couple of degrees, and let that sit for a minute while it warms the cup up, and in the process reduces the temperature. So while that's happening, let's talk about a few things on the main channel. I've been going through all my food reviews, every single food review, and I've been cleaning up the titles to get rid of prepositions, getting rid of just bad grammar, bad title structure. So taking out words that were unnecessary, because they're, according to what I'm told about the YouTube algorithm, unnecessary words, having significant words first and reducing them goes through everything, through the title, through the description box, and also through your tags. So the significant word first, so changing the titles around to do that, to try and maximize the YouTube algorithm, which is, I find, a complete pain in the neck to have to do, but I've done it. So anyway, I better put this water in here. My coffee's going to be anything like what it should be. So yeah, trying to chase the YouTube algorithm is a major pain in the neck. And I'm sure you're all quite familiar with that. What the YouTube algorithm is a whole other question. And I don't think anybody knows that. I don't think even YouTube know. I think it's got so complicated that they have people working on different parts of it. And I doubt that there's anybody within YouTube that would know. Because if they did know, then I think the information about it would be a bit more easy to get. Okay, it might be super secret, but I think YouTube want their users to maximize the YouTube process, so why keep it secret? You know, it just seems to defeat the purpose of having the algorithm if they're going to keep the thing secret, unless they've got stuff there that they don't want us to know about, which then leads you into all the all the theories about what's going on within YouTube as to why they do what they do. And one of my favourite ones would be that they favour certain countries over other countries. And of course, the thing that I've said in the past is that I believe anyway they favour the USA. And then within the USA, because they can tell you who's watching from each state, and then they can tell you who's watching from each city. So favourite country from YouTube and Google in the world is USA. Favourite state is California. Favourite city is Los Angeles. And that's why so many YouTubers are perceived to come from Los Angeles, because it's actually just a reflection of what the algorithm does. So that's my conspiracy theory. What's yours, if you have one? Maybe you think YouTube is a wholesome environment where they're out to promote anybody and everybody's on an equal footing. I'm very happy if you've got that idea. Very glad that you're of that frame mindset. I'm sorry that I aren't. Anyway, okay, I'm going to have a biscuit with this. And I've still getting through these chocolate ones from Coles, which are okay. And in a rating scale, they would only be okay. They're not fantastic, but they do for what is it? 9:45 on Tuesday morning. They're quite acceptable as a one-off. I have one, only one, because I don't know if they're ultra healthy. Anyway. So I've cleaned up my titles. I've got my phone handy because I'm expecting a phone call. I'm also trying to clean up my whole spreadshirt thing, like the t-shirts, these caps. Every now and again I get people asking me about these, especially about the cap, and that they want one. Well, there's a local company here in Melbourne, in fact, Redbubble, who do great gear, t-shirts, hoodies, whatever, but they don't do caps, which is really annoying, because Spreadshirt, I find, is basically hopeless. Getting on a real negative roll here today. I cannot update my Spreadshirt shop to show this cap. I buy it. Simple for me to buy. But for me to direct anybody else to Spreadshirt to buy this cap is pointless, because it's not there. And I've emailed Spreadshirt to try and make the thing work, and told them that my Spreadshirt shop does not display things correctly. It doesn't. They're all completely wrong. But when I design them, when I put them in the shop, it's all wonderful and beautiful. But you go to the shop, like log out and then go to the shop, and it's a completely different ball game. It's just nothing like what I've designed and put in there. So I've pretty much given up on Spreadshirt, but the problem is I can't get these caps done locally. I can get it all the other stuff I can get done on Redbubble, and I'm in the process of getting that happening, so I'll get that link up and running as soon as I can. But I don't know what to do about these things, because that's the main thing that people are after. I'll have to find someone else locally who does caps. And why Redbubble would not do caps but do everything else, I don't know. I don't know. Well, there you go. On the main channel, I recently did that update of the gear that I have in the car, and it seems as though people are a bit surprised by what it takes to make a good looking food review. Not saying the videos are good, but to make it good looking, got to have a bit of gear. So you can do your food reviews, you can do whatever. I could do this now with just the basics, have an iPhone stuck out here and be doing it, but I've got two lights happening, two lights on me, and of course using the Sony. So to hopefully throw the back out of focus slightly. I don't know, I'll just play with what, I'll accept whatever it's doing for me today. So that's that. So you can check out that video on the main channel about the gear that I use when I'm in the car. I'm going to be doing another video in a moment. I've got all the rocks down here. What I do with rocks, when Jenny and I go to different locations, holidays, whatever, we occasionally pick up rocks just from the places as a bit of a reminder of where we've been, and a bit of a thing to jog our memories as to what we've done and stuff like that. But what I do with the rocks is the interesting bit, because they don't leave them just like that. I clean them up, and I'll go grab one. I'll show you the end result after I clean them up, and then I put a coating on them. Hang on, I'll be right back. That's what they look like after I've done the coating on them. I'll try and get that right up there. Hopefully, probably the focus won't pick that up. But anyway, that's the coating on the rock after it's been done. And then I put them in various containers to show them off. So I'm going to do a video about that. So that will appear soon as well on this channel. Oh, coffee is so good. And another video that I'll be doing on this channel, which I mentioned probably months ago now, was that I'm going to show you all the cars that I've owned from my very first car as an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, whatever it was, whatever the age was that I was then. So far ago, so long ago, hard to remember. So all the cars that I've owned since then, right up until the ones that we've got right now. I'll be including the cars that Jenny's had and the cars that my ex had. And so there's quite a few cars, and I've got them all, I've got the video all done now as far as the photos of all those cars are concerned. So I don't have photos of every car that I had, so I've had to go to Mr. Google and get a few photos, download a few photos off Google. But I have got photos of everything. They're not all my photos. So yeah, I'm going to turn it in a video and show you everything that I've owned. So not going to give away any names at the moment, but there's quite a few cars and one motorbike. So that video, I'm going to try and work on that video today, so it will be coming up next, I hope, if nothing else happens in between. Upcoming videos, I've been in contact with Luke. Luke's really busy at the moment, so it's a bit hard to get to him. But what I've got coming up, either with Luke or on my own, will be Smith's. Got the with Bega Tasty Cheese. Got that one. Got the Doritos After Dark. There's two of them. Doritos in Australia do some strange things. I don't know if you can get these anywhere else in the world, but you can see that one's tacos and that one's Southern Fried Chicken. So Doritos After Dark. And comments that I've seen about these are interesting. So stay tuned for that one. Two new versions of Kit Kat here in Australia. Be interesting to know if you've seen them in the rest of the world. Dark Ecuador chocolate and tiramisu duo, whatever. So there's that. And another one, raspberry cheesecake. And then another video will be something that's just come out, and that is M&M's, milk chocolate and hazelnut. So they look interesting. Be interesting to know what they're going to be like. So the only problem is trying to get to Luke to actually do them. So working on that at the moment, and I'm really busy. I've got to go up the country to do a job, for my sister-in-law, and that looks like being this coming weekend, which will be probably 3 or 4 days worth of work in their house, doing architraves, skirtings, and if you're not familiar with that, that's the woodwork around doors and windows that sort of picture frames them. And then I've got to do some floor tiling and wall tiling. So I'm going to have a really busy time, so I've got to try and get some videos up for this coming weekend before we go. So try and get one of those up at least, with or without Luke, I imagine, because I need to get the M&M's one happening. That's what I'd like to get up, because it's just come out, and I want to try and catch that initial sort of input that you can get from something that's just been released, because I know the other ones have been out for a week or two, at least, probably more than a week or two, and may in fact be off the market. Who knows? But anyway, I'm going to review them and get them out there. There's lots of fun doing those reviews. And I think that's about it for today. I have spent so many hours trying to clean up those titles on the videos. It is amazing how much time-consuming work needs to be put into the videos. And especially if you come to them down the track and try and adjust them to suit whatever is the latest way to present a video. So in other words, adjusting the titles, getting the description looking something like how it should look, and then all the tags. So it's very time consuming, and it's debatable whether it pays off, because who knows, with that algorithm things can get mighty interesting. Okay guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. The weather's nice. It's been reasonable weather. Rain overnight, but the temperatures are not crazy cold or anything like that. Got the heater going in the background here, which you may or may not hear. Isn't that great information? Thanks for joining me again on this coffee and chat. I'm so glad my computer's working. That is such a wonderful thing to have happening. I can just upload this straight onto that and get it out there for you guys to watch. See you all again very soon. Bye. As one of my light turns off, the battery went flat.